When something's in huge demand, you can bet it'll show up on Carousell or some other resale platform soon after it's sold out, thanks to our detestable culture of scalping in Singapore. It's happened with concert gigs so often, no one's really surprised by it anymore. But for a special S0 note, perhaps we should have seen it coming, too. Yusof Ishak, our first president, graces the front of the note, alongside the former Supreme Court and City Hall, now the National Gallery, Singapore. At the back, 8 pioneering individuals who made significant contributions to nation-building are featured against a backdrop of the old Singapore River flowing into modern Singapore. The Aider Munshi Abdullah, Sir Stamford Raffles' secretary and interpreter, Henry Nicholas Ridley, the first director of the Botanic Gardens, philanthropists Tan Kah Kee and P. Govindasamy Pillai, social worker Teresa Shuchi, sportswoman Alice Penfather, World War II war hero Adnan Saidi, and educator Ruth Wong Hie King. Except for this sly seller, that is, offering a set of 5 for a whopping S688, the individual hiked up the price to more than SOO for each S0 note, and even claimed she would sell them to the highest bidder. Related Facebook post. Who knew S0 could be worth so much? More on MS and money. The changing look of our money. In 2003, the $20 bill was redesigned and began printing in May of that year. The new design featured an embedded security thread that glows green when exposed to UV light. In addition, when it is held up to the light, a watermarked image of Andrew Jackson will appear. The new bill officially began circulating in October 2013. On this 15th anniversary, we take a look at how U.S. currency has changed throughout the years. In 1775, the Continental Congress issued continental currency to use as money during the American Revolutionary War. With no real monetary policy in place, the money quickly lost value. Prior to the war, currency was a mixed bag from colony to colony and values varied from colony to colony. With the Coinage Act of 1792, the United States Mint was created. At the time, Philadelphia was the capital and the mint was built there and production on United States coins begun. Because of the dramatic loss of value of the continental currency, which was all bills, the U.S. Constitution only granted the federal government the power to coin money, not create paper money. Shown here is a half-penny coined in 1793. During the U.S. Civil War, the Confederacy produced their own money. The top bill shown here contains a picture of Confederate States of America President Jefferson Davis. The bottom bill contains images of the Tennessee Capitol building and Confederate Vice President Alexander Stephens. The first $1 bill was issued in 1862 with a portrait of then Secretary of the Treasury Salmon P. Chase. The dollar bill in 1880. The first woman to appear on U.S. currency was Martha Washington on the $1 note in 1886. In 1896, the educational series bills were issued after then Chief of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing Claude Johnson ordered a redesign. Collectors are fond of the series as they consider them among the most beautiful designs in American currency. In 1914, the Federal Reserve released the first $00 note with a portrait of Benjamin Franklin on the front. This 0,000 Federal Reserve note from 1934 has the image of Salmon P. Chase, who was U.S. Secretary of the Treasury under 16th U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. This was the highest denomination ever in circulation. Bills larger than 0 were discontinued with the end of the 1934 series, though printing actually continued until 1945, all dated 1934. The $5 and $10 bills were redesigned in 1999. The redesign included several new features, but the most noticeable change was the supersize portraits. As part of the Department of the Treasury's fight against counterfeiting, a redesigned $0 bill was released in 2004. $100 bills in 2016.